welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my labor and delivery story time, so let's just keep it short and let's just get started. 5 days before my due date, me and my boyfriend moved in with his mom because we was going to stay here for a minute, so I can take care of her and get used to it, and we can save up for our own place. And we moved here 5 days before my due date. And girl, those days was going by fast. First, second, when my due date came, the day before my due date, I had a doctor's appointment on the 7th, May 7th. And I went to the doctor and she checked me down there and she goes, you're 1.5 centimeters dilated. So she's telling me that. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting close. Like, girl. So after that, she's like checking my stomach and she's like pushing on my stomach. And she's like, do you feel that? She's like, are you contracting right now? I'm like, it hurts right now. What you mean? Am I contracting? I don't know what that means. It hurts. So then she's like, ooh. So she's talking to me and my boyfriend mom. And she's like, you just might go into labor either later on tonight or tomorrow morning. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, you're contracting a lot. And I'm like, I'm not ready. So she's like, yeah. So she's like, hurry up, eat something, but not too heavy. And she's like, not too heavy, drink water, relax if you can, labor at home as much as you can. And then when you can't take it no more, call the doctor and see if you're able to go in, if it's the right time to go in. So I'm like, okay, like, bet. So in my head, I'm like, yo, I'm not ready. Like, in the back of my head, I'm crying. Like, what you mean? I'm not ready for this, because people keep saying, like, your contraction is 10 times worse than your period pain, right? Yeah. Because the contractions I was just getting was like 3 times worse than my period pain, and I can't handle period pains in the first place. So that's what I'm saying, girl. So I'm like, okay. So I get dressed because she finished checking me, and they pretty much was like, okay, see you on your 6-week checkup. And I'm like, I'm not ready. Okay. So I get dressed, and me and my boyfriend mom leave, and we go to the mall. We go to Fair Oaks Mall just to walk around to help me contract, which was helping, because your girl was inside the car like, ooh, ooh, like I was not ready. I was not ready. I was in pain, and every single time I would get a contraction, I would stop and like. They said that would help. No. First of all, I didn't take those, the birth classes, the parenting classes. I didn't take that. But I know they tell you to go. They like breathe in your mouth. No, breathe in your nose, blow out your mouth, I think. That wasn't working with me, I was feeling every pain, every little bit of it. So when we was at the mall, we was walking around, I ate some Popeyes, but I was barely able to eat all of it. I was barely able to eat all of it. Like, I drank some soda. I drank the soda mainly, and I ate 1 chicken and a little bit of fries. After that, we bounced and we came back home, and I was contracting at home, and I called my boyfriend. I'm like, yo, babe, I'm contracting. He was like, all right, I'm on my way home. So he was coming home from work, and I was laying in bed, and I tried to sleep, and I was only able to sleep for like 30 minutes, and then another contraction came, and then after that, they was coming back to back, like back to back, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like, I'm not ready. And then I'm in bed, and my boyfriend finally get home, and I'm like, I'm contracting, like, it's hitting me more. He's like, how often? So he's making me time it, and it was coming, like, it was like 5 minutes apart, 6 minutes apart, 5 minutes apart, 7 minutes apart, 10 minutes apart. Like, it was just going back and forth, but it was coming stronger and stronger. So I called the doctor, and he was like, what is your closest contractions? And I'm like, right now it's 7 minutes apart. So, okay, let it drop down to 5 minutes and then come in. And I'm like, okay. So it was about, I was contracting since the day before, but I didn't know I was contracting. I thought I was just having cramps. So I was contracting for a minute, but they got really strong after the doctor's appointment. After she twinkled her little fingers in my, that's when it got stronger. Because when I got to the doctor's appointment, I was only contracting a little bit, but I could deal with it. Like, it was like period pain. But once she did her fingers in there, it came harder. Like, it was worse. So thank you, doctor. So after her doing her little thing, I've been contracting a lot after that. And they was coming more often. And so it was probably like, I would say 8 at, yeah, it was like this. It was like 8 at night. And I'm like, yo, I can't do this. Like, I'm shaking my leg. I'm like about to cry. Like, I'm like, ooh, like, and they legit in the kitchen, like, ooh. And so I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So my boyfriend was like, get ready, we're leaving. I'm like, I can't get ready. I'm in pain. What you mean, get ready? So I get my stuff. I put on some fluffy socks and my Crocs, and then he got the rest of my stuff. And I told him everything is packed since this morning. I packed everything because I was up like all the way until like 6 in the morning, and then I was able to go to sleep. Yeah, so he gets my bag. His mom gets her keys. We drive into the mall, and he checks me in, and then we wait, and I get admitted to like this big room. It's like a big room, but they have multiple beds, and it's like the curtains, so it's for privacy. So I get admitted to that first, and pretty much they wanted to like draw blood, and I think they wanted to give me something. I don't know. I don't remember. I was in too much pain. But they wanted to draw blood. I went to pee because I couldn't hold it no more. But they was just taking forever. And I'm like, why are you taking forever? And I think I had a rude nurse. She may not be rude, but I think I probably took it as her being rude. And, whoa. And after being admitted to that room, they finally, after like a whole hour of being in that room for no reason, well, to me it was like no reason, I get admitted to my room, my labor and delivery room, and I'm in there, and they're like, do you want epidural? Like, do you want to wait, get it out? And I'm like, no, I want my epidural, please. And plus they told me I was like 3 centimeters, maybe a little more. So I'm like, give me that epidural, please. Like, your girl in too much pain, I can't. And so they're like, okay, we're just gonna give you like these needles. Like, they put some other liquid in me to help me hydrate, because I was throwing up. I'm in my room, I get admitted to my room, and I'm waiting, and my mom and sister finally get there, and my mom rushed to my room, and my boyfriend Jason and his mom leave me with my mom. And the doctor come, and they're like, do you want epidural? I'm like, Mom, I gotta get this epidural. Like, she's like, okay, are you sure you don't want to wait? And I'm like, no. So I get my epidural, and first of all, I didn't know they put the needle in at first. I guess it's the numbing needle. I had no idea. So they numb me up first, and then I guess the epidural needle come after that. It wasn't bad. I think it's because of the numbing needle. That's why it wasn't bad to me, but it was not bad. People say, oh my God, it hurts, blah, blah, blah. No. For me, my pain tolerance is very low. So for the fact that epidural needle was not hurting me at all, I don't know what was going on with me. But girl, after that needle, girl, I was feeling good. Like, I was feeling amazing. So after that, I lay down, and it kicks in really quick. And I'm talking to my mom, and I'm like, where's Elijah? She's like, oh, she's in the waiting room, which Elijah is my sister. She's like, oh, she's in the waiting room. She was in the waiting room. She didn't want to see you get the epidural. And I'm like, oh, okay, she's a punk. So we call her, while my mom called her in, the epidural kicks in, and I started acting woo-wah. I started acting crazy. I'm like, off of it. So my sister come in, and then I believe my friend Maya came in. So it was them three. And we just, and then my boyfriend came back, and he came back in the room. And it was all of us, and we was talking while my boyfriend sleep. It's just us girls chilling, and I'm geeking.
Yeah, I don't know where to go, but I'm keep moving till like that. I could be a Dr. Magic. You sure could. Hair go out.
Oh my God.
Put it back in. Yeah, you just can't.
Anyways, after getting epidural and feeling very good, very good. Nah, I felt good. I felt amazing. After that, my nurse, she was very nice, and she was like, she put like this little peanut ball in between my legs. You know the balls that you hop, you know, you sit on it, you just hop around. I ain't had that. So to open open everything up more, she gave me the peanut ball to put in between my legs, and I would just lay down on one side, keep switching sides. Like every hour, I think you would switch sides, switch laying on sides. But she put the peanut ball in between my legs, and pretty much I fell asleep right after that. I was too tired. Like, I was legit tired. Like, I had no sleep in hours. So I went to sleep, and when I woke up, the nurse came in. She took the peanut ball. She got the another nurse. The nurse checked my woo-wah. Checked my cervix, and she was like, "Oh my God, you're ready." I'm like, "What?" She was like, "I'm 9 centimeters," and I think she said I was 9 centimeters. So she's gonna come back in like an hour or two, and she's gonna check again. Girl, I was ready. I was all the way ready. Like, my daughter was ready to come out, type of ready. So after all that, like, I wasn't even asleep that long. First of all, I only went to sleep around 2, 3, maybe. Around 3 in the morning. And I woke up at 8. How is that possible? Well, that was like crazy. So they called the doctor and said, she's 10 centimeters ready. We're gonna start again the practice pushing. So I started pushing. When it was time, you know, they got me ready. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea. So when I was pushing, I'm like, what's going on? Like, how you push? So I'm pushing. Well, I'm thinking I'm pushing, and I'm doing pretty good. And then she goes, "Do you want to see? Do you want to watch while you push?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So she put the mirror in front of my woo-wah, and well, behind her, but I'm able to see my hoo-ha. You know, I was watching my baby hair come out. Slowly but surely, she was coming out, and that was amazing. That was a beautiful sight. So my family was taking turns on holding my leg and being by my side while I pushed. So when it was like finally time where the baby was like low enough for the head to come out, they called the doctor in. They got me ready, and the doctor's ready, and you know, time went by pretty quick. You know, I was pushing a lot and pretty hard. I was pushing, and it was that last push, and I looked at my mom and I said, I can't. And she was like, "You gotta push, baby, you gotta push." And I'm like, "No, I can't." So they was like, "Push," and I'm like, "Push." So I started pushing mad hard, and it was like, stop pushing. So I stopped, and she said, and came right out, and I was like,
We gonna get her, not her vagina.
Here she comes. Open your eyes, mommy. Open your eyes. Oh,
Say hi, mama.
there we go. Good job. Right.
I wasn't ready because the head coming out was fine. It was the shoulders. Like, yeah, I have epidural and I'm not gonna feel much, but I felt her shoulders come out. And then the rest came out, and it was just like it felt mad weird when it came out, and I'm like, but that was amazing. Like it was amazing. So after doing all that, I only pushed for an hour and 45 minutes, and I was in labor almost 24 hours. I was laboring, right? Yeah, almost 24 hours I was laboring, and I gave birth to her at 10:52 a.m. on May 8th, 2019, baby. So yeah, after that, they made me deliver the placenta. That's what you have to do. So they press on your stomach, and that hurt. I did not rip. They told me I didn't rip down there. After that, I did skin to skin, which was amazing. It was like very like, it was like a bond there that it was just like me and her bond. Like it was just amazing. After that, they sent me to my postpartum room. Literally like maybe like an hour after that, they sent me to my postpartum room, and that's where I recovered, and I spent like the whole day and night with her. The only time they took her away was when either you asked it, well, either I asked them to take her and be like, hey, I just need like 2 hours to myself so I can get some rest, or I need to take a shower, can you take her? But besides that, they only took her one time. I only asked them to take her one time. And besides that, she was by my side the whole time. When she had to get her hearing test, when she had to get her, her hearing test, when they had to take blood, which I highly recommend if they ask you if you want a sample of their blood for free, just in case your baby get kidnapped or anything, you will have their sample of their blood. I highly recommend getting that because I so got that. It was for free, so you know, if it's free, I'm taking it. So get that. All hospitals do this, where they do a photo shoot for the baby. I didn't buy that. My friend took a video of her in all the poses and sent it to me, but they did give me a free I think it's 8x10 or 10x8, 8x10, one of those. 8x10? Yeah, photo for Mother's Day, so that was free. But besides that, I just took my own photos of her. Like, I would dress her up and take photos of her because I didn't have, you know, money. And then, besides that, you know, I'm breastfeeding her still, by the way. I'm not I'm not formula feeding. I am breast milk. She's drinking breast milk. So we're doing that. But I would say if you're not ready to have a kid, strap up ASAP, 24/7, like all the time, because even pre-cum could get you pregnant. Okay, pre-cum literally can get you pregnant. Anything can get you pregnant. Well, not anything, but pre-cum and cum could get you pregnant. So strap up and you know, do what you gotta do, honey. Alright, everybody, this is the end of my video. I hope y'all like this video. So please like and comment and turn on that notification bell. And don't forget to subscribe.